I don't think I can ever be this productive again. Hey everyone, welcome back to Andrew's Wizardly Reads, and as always guys, I'm Andrew, and today I got my monthly wrap-up for you, but before we get to that wrap-up, make sure you are liking and subscribing, and hitting that bell notification so you can get regular updates for when I put out new content. I post every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And that said guys, this month was just unbelievably productive, and just in terms of reading, live shows, I got to really be a part of a lot of live shows. We launched the Patreon this month. And it's all been going so very. We crossed 1,000 subscribers. I mean, the more I keep talking, the more I remember that happened this month. So thank you everybody who has subscribed to the channel. We have officially passed 1,000 subscribers. Oh, another thing I did, I met my Goodreads yearly goal of 100 books with 2 months left to go. So I'm already at 100 books, and I'm like, should I push my Goodreads goal? Anyway, that said, I'm just jumping all over the place with everything that we got done. I got to have an amazing discussion with Daniel Barnett and Leslie from The Nerdy Narrative. I'll go ahead and link that right up there if you want to check that out. Daniel is the author of the amazing horror novellas, The Nightmareland Chronicles. I had a lot of fun talking with him. I got to be a part of episode 10, the Chaotic Edition of Book Jeopardy over on the amazing Library of Alexandria. I'll also link that up in the cards. It was a lot of fun. I ended up losing super hardcore, but it was a fun journey while it lasted, guys. Without really any further ado, I just want to again say thank you to everybody who signed up for the Patreon. Your support means the world to me to help kind of improve the channel with better video, better audio, more bookshelves, which is coming soon, all of that. And then again, I want to give another thank you to everybody who has subscribed to the channel. It has been an absolutely crazy and amazing month. So let's start talking about books. With all of that out of the way, what books did I end up not reading and pushing? So I've got two. I've been a part of a read-along for the Dune books with Evie from She Was Only Evie. And due to scheduling conflicts, we ended up pushing the live show for Dune Messiah, which I actually have a conflicting schedule now as well, just due to family members and friends of the family coming to visit from out of town, and I haven't seen these people in a long time, so I just kind of bowed out of this one. But I will be back for Children of Dune, which is actually the book that I ended up pushing, basically because I had an extra month. I am going to be reading this one in November. And then, unfortunately, this one just keeps getting pushed, guys, and I don't know why. It's a big, beefy book. It's gorgeous physical copy. I was going to listen to the audiobook of Dragon Mage by M.L. Spencer, and I got that audiobook, and I don't know what happened when they were recording that audiobook. It is absolutely atrocious. The audio production on that is completely unacceptable. I switched headphones. I deleted, re-downloaded. I tried multiple times to enjoy that audiobook. It sounds like the recording of an audiobook, and I just couldn't listen to it because even though the narrator is delivering a quality performance, the production quality, it sounds like there's either an echo or an absence of something, or he was too far away from the microphone. Something was wrong with that audiobook when I tried listening to it. I had to return it, get my money back. So right now, Dragon Mage is in timeout. I will not be reading that till next year. I can't right now. For some reason, it's just not grabbing my attention and making me want to read it. I do want to read it eventually, and which is why I'm not unhauling it or anything like that. It's too beautiful. The book itself is like a work of art. But no, right now, I'm kind of salty at that book, and it won't be appearing on the TBR again for quite a while. Sometime probably mid next year. Now let's talk about all the books. I added so many books to the TBR. So far this month, I've completed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 books, and I'm currently reading 2 more. So we'll talk about what I've completed. And let's start with my Mad books. So my Mad books, this was fun to read, but it's just not to my taste. It was a Victorian paranormal romance, and I was like, it's the Halloween month. Let's throw in some just kind of paranormal stuff. I'm just now getting back into horror, which there is a lot of paranormal or horror stuff here. Well, I say a lot, like 3 or 4 books, but more than I would usually read. And that is Solace by Gail Carringer. This is the first book in the Parasol Protectorate. I enjoyed it enough. I will be continuing the series at some point, but I read this one on ebook. It's funny, but it's also got like a lot of Victorian fashion and a lot of Victorian mannerisms to romance and how the women gossip and stuff like that. I don't feel like I was particularly the target audience. I did enjoy the read. I think I gave it 3.5 to 4 stars. It's a good read. If you like that kind of thing, it is a lot of fun. I also, let's see, of my Met books, that is the only ebook. So let's kind of go by category here. Met books, now this is like, pretty much I've got a stack of 5 stars here, or 5 to 4.5 stars over here. This one ended up being a 4-star. I read part 1 and part 2, I wanted to make sure I held up the right ones, of To Green Angel Tower by Tad Williams. This is a lot of paper, guys. I was looking at my November TBR, and this was supposed to be a read-along, broken up into 2 months. I was looking at my November TBR and realized I had stacked it, and so I had to speed it up. So it could be that I listened to this really, really fast, like at 1.6 speed on the audiobook. And it could also be that, like, this is my second reread. This was a 4-star between the two. There's just a lot going on here, and it's very, very classic, very, very soft magic. There was some plot conveniences that didn't really land for me. And also, there was just, like, at the end, the way it all comes together, like, if you're not paying super close attention, you can blink and miss it. There were certain characters that, like, I realized throughout the entire series that just didn't quite stick out in my mind super well. And then the way Ted Williams handles time in this series is kind of a bit wonky. Like, I feel like it could have been done a little bit better. I gave it 4 stars. Like, To Green Angel Tower, for being as beefy as it is, that's a lot of paper, guys. That's 1,600 pages in mass market. A, it's 30 years old, and B, it's huge, and it's still got 4 stars. So definitely worth a read. I just kind of noticed a little bit of weakness here. All right, I got to realize where I'm going to put all these books. Okay, so there's those. I also read Thud. Guys, this is the 7th book in the City Watch collection from Discworld, and I really, really enjoyed this. But again, it was another 4.5 to 5-star read. 4.5 to really low 5. Like, you know how you've got your 5, and then you've got your, it was a 5. Like, it was a 5. Like, for me, like, you've got those 5 stars that you won't shut up about, and then you've got those 5 stars that are like, hey, everybody should read this, but I'm not really going to talk about it a whole lot. I feel so far this was probably one of the weakest in the City Watch, specifically just because we get a lot of revisited themes. That said, we do get a new kind of through line of Sam dealing with his home life that I really, really loved. There's kind of like a little sub-book here that I really, really enjoyed. And I just love it. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. Like, all I need to say to you is, where is my cow? And you know what I'm talking about. I loved Where is my cow? And I don't know if that means I'm a child or if I'm a father, but I really loved it. I really, really loved it. So that is Thud. We ended up reading that as well. Then there was DNF Redemption, which is the 5th season by N.K. Jemisin. I've had some conversations with some friends who absolutely love it. We just don't agree. And that's fine. I love them and I respect their opinions. They're not wrong about it being a good book. I liked this book. I finally finished it, but it was like a 3.5 to low 4 stars for me. Like, it just wasn't this revelation that the back of the book says it is and a gift to the culture. I just didn't really understand a lot of the themes. And so, I mean, the series is staying on DNF Redemption, so you can still vote for me to continue. Maybe it'll click later down the road. For me, it was just fine. But I will have a dedicated review with all my thoughts coming out later this month. All right, and then we've got Blood of the Mantis by Adrian Tchaikovsky. This is very much a transitory book, I believe, in Shadows of the Apt. It feels like this book was just kind of meant to kind of flesh out a little bit of the relationships, get everybody into position for Salute the Dark. So it was a 3.5 star read for me, which is still really, really good. I still highly recommend Shadows of the Apt. It did make me more excited for Salute the Dark because I'm waiting for that big payoff for that first arc. So I will be, by the time this is, let's see, tomorrow, at the time of recording, tomorrow I will be in a live show over on the Library of Alexandria with Klaus and Pete, and we will be talking about Blood of the Mantis. So I'm super excited for that. All right, and that is all of my meh books. So let's talk about the books that I loved, guys. So to start, like I mentioned earlier in the video, I did an author interview for Daniel Barnett, author of the Nightmareland Chronicles. He sent me a pre-edit version of Lily number 6 in the Nightmareland Chronicles. This book is not out. It was an advanced reader copy, literally just pre-edit. And so he's done an edit, but he sent me the copy that he was sending off to his editors. So it's kind of one of those weird early editions. Guys, I love this book. It hit me like in the soul. Like this is the series that made me fall back in love with the horror genre, period. Like it is a series that really, really appeals to fantasy readers just because it's kind of like a whole quest, kind of sub-trope built in there. It's got great found family, and I mean, Lily pulls no emotional punches. Guys, I cannot wait for you guys to get your hands on it. I don't really want to say a whole lot about it now because it's not out yet. But it should be out, I think, in the next couple months, and I've seen the cover. The cover is gorgeous. It's really cool. I can't wait to add this one to my collection when it comes out. All right, and so we're talking about the ones that I gave pretty much 4.5 to 5 stars to. So I have been doing a read-along over on the Nerdy Narratives Discord. She's been hosting this, where they are reading through the Books of Babel. And we read The Hod King this month. Guys, this book was just so good. It took everything that I loved from Arwen the Sphinx with, like, the multi-POV. And then it kind of threw in, like, a multi-timeline thing where, like, everybody's doing their own separate adventures, but then, like, it's kind of all happening simultaneously, but at the same time, like, a couple of weeks apart, so you kind of, like, backtrack, and then... Anyway, I've got a review coming out for it, guys. I loved The Hod King. I cannot wait for The Fall of Babel, book number 4. It comes out, I believe, the 9th of November. Please get your pre-orders in. It is going to be a wild, wild ride, guys. I love this book. 5 stars. All right, another 5 stars. Guns of the Dawn. Buddy read this with Joanna, and I mean, we had so much fun reading this. I do have a dedicated review. I'll go ahead and put it up in the cards and in the description down below if you want to go ahead and check that out. This is one of the very, very, very rare standalones where I'm just like, oh yeah, no, I don't need a second book. This is perfect. Like, it just wrapped it all up so beautifully. Very strong female character. Just, I freaking love Guns of the Dawn. Look at that flop. I gotta flop the floppy books and sniff them. Because, I mean, just look at that. Look, I mean, I could do this all day. I won't, but I could. Okay. Sorry, moving right along. All right, now this is where I really derailed the TBR, guys. I was only intending, I should say, to read one of these. I read 5 Cradle books. And I mean, Patrick Leo told me, hey, you need to catch up. Reaper's coming out November 2nd. And I said, yes, sir. And so I did. I mean, I read Ghostwater, absolutely stunning. I've got a batch review for 3 of these coming out, and then I need to film reviews as of right now for these 2. But Ghostwater, fantastic. Uncrowned, it goes Underlord. Underlord was really good. Uncrowned was a 4.5 star. Mainly just ends on a cliffhanger. Then we get treated to Wintersteel, which is the payoff of Uncrowned, 5 stars. And then Bloodline, another 5 stars, guys. Like, Will White is killing it. All right, and then, of course, we've got Iconoclast, Aching God, book 1 in, well, the Iconoclast. I'm doing a reread of these with Leslie from the Nerdy Narrative. I really, really enjoyed this. You can still jump into the Leslie Do It Discord where we are hosting this. This month we are doing Sin Eater, which is book number 2. And it's one of the ones where, like, I'm interested to see what people think of the end because, guys, it is so powerful. All right, and as you can see, we've read a lot of books here so far. Don't fall. I've got a stack here. You can't see it. I can see it, and I'm nervous about it. All right, and then I got approved. I won't say I got approved. I got gifted by the fantastic Zach Argyle, the audiobook for Stones of Light. Guys, I had been meaning to read Stones of Light for months, ever since I read Voice of War. I still need to film my review of this, but guys, Adam Gold is the narrator, and oh my god, that man has a voice like an Adonis. I could listen to him pretty much narrate anything to me. And this was a stunning 5 out of 5. Like, if Voice of War was good, Stones of Light was just a notch above. Like, for self-pub, it doesn't really get a whole lot better. A, it's short, and B, the revelations and the evolution of the world and the themes is just fantastic. Zach, thank you so much for giving me that arc of the audiobook. I loved everything about it. And then, guys, we have got just 2 more books. This is what I'm currently reading. It is currently the 29th of October at the time of filming, and I am making my way through Stephen King's It. That's right, I asked you guys to vote, and this was the runaway winner. I am currently 206 pages into this 910-page behemoth. I probably will not finish this month. I think I'll be done either the 1st or the 2nd of November, which is fine. But I love it, guys. Like, so far, it's like really wide, eye-opening. Like, my eyes just go like wide, my jaw drops. It's a very, very powerful book with lots and lots of just hard-hitting themes. Like, everything that's discussed in here is, whew, it's rough. I can't believe I've waited so long to read this book. I absolutely am enjoying the ride so far. I will be doing a dedicated review for it. You can definitely look forward to that. And then the last book that I am currently reading is a much, much shorter book. And guys, that is going to be Fred. Boom! This is the first Drew Hayes book that I have read while running the channel, and I'm super excited. This is Fred number 7, Out of House and Home. It has been a long time coming for me to come back to Fred. This book's been out for a couple months. And again, it's another paranormal. It's about a vampire who got turned, or a gentleman who got turned into a vampire who was an accountant, didn't really see the point and just kept being a regular old accountant. And then it deals with his adventures and everything like that. Absolutely love this series. It's just so great. Each book is like 3 or 4 short stories that kind of tells an overall growth and narrative. I highly recommend you check out Fred the Vampire Accountant. I love it. My buddy Pete loves it. I mean, if we both love it, you should definitely check it out. I mean, what more do I need to say to you? That said, guys, that is all the books that I have read. Let's see if I can get you. Oh, I feel like I'm gonna pull a muscle if I try and do this, but I'm gonna do it for you, okay? Because I'm out of control. This was ridiculous. And oh no. Okay. Alright, we're gonna jump cut to me holding this. No self-control, guys. Oh, don't drop the books. I mean, I read a tower this month, guys. An actual tower of books. That said, guys, let me know how your reading month went. Did you enjoy your spooky season? What spooky paranormal books, or what books in general, autumnal, what have you, did you read in October? Please let me know in the comments down below. Or if you want to talk on a more regular basis, you can click that link to the Wizzly Duo Discord. We would love to have you. Or if you want to support the channel on a more regular basis, you can go ahead and click and sign up for the Patreon. Your support is always appreciated. Until next time, guys, peace out. Stay magical. Bye. And as always, I want to give a huge thank you to my patrons, specifically my Wizard Master tier, which is Chris, Nico, Sharon, Patrick, Leslie, Jennifer, and the Boiled Jellyfish. Thank you, guys. Thank you for all you do.